guys? Welcome to the stream. We're gonna just jump right into draft here. Ban's already coming out from GBC Huskies, our current opponent. They took off Vayne and Veigar off the table. Target bans against obviously our mid laner Yumi and our ADC Big JDO.
Has he even played a game of Vayne?
I think he's a big fan of the champion. The Lee Sin ban. Jason pulling it out. Okay. WPI gonna take off Silas, Echo, and Victor off the table. Nothing too surprising there. It appears to just be probably a Caitlyn Jinx handshake here, if I had to guess. No, they're gonna just take Hecarim.
I mean, Hecarim's I'm seeing a lot of picks first, really strong champion in the jungle right now. You only got a couple counter, you play Viego into it and such, but we'll have to see what WPI want to pick into that. Maybe just ADC and jungle to match.
Yeah. To be honest, I was expecting more of a Diana Yasuo angle, especially considering their mid lane seems to be the person that they should be playing towards.
The Hecarim is not too surprising of a pick, though. The Hecarim has a really good time into just camping lanes. Like, he always has a lot of good gank setup. So we'll see what the response is here with the Xin Zhao here. It's a great pick, in my opinion.
Caitlyn Xin Zhao, 2 comfort champions for both Big JDO and Future Plus Dragon.
And I think it is still the Caitlyn Jinx handshake is just, grab those priority junglers first. There's no need. I think that no matter what team they either get Jinx or Caitlyn, they don't really mind for GBC Huskies, but yeah, then they pick up the Jinx.
Jinx Morgana, or Jinx Leona, sorry. Morgana was the pick I would answer with here. Caitlyn Morg, definitely a very strong lane here, but we'll see what we'll see what Gadgeweek decides to go with. The Tarek, actually, I'm a very big fan of this pick. This looks insanely good here. Very nice.
Very good to counter the dive coming out from Hecarim Leona already.
It's mostly, I'm thinking conceptually, like, damn, Tarek seems, or Morgana seems really good, right? Because you can cancel out Hecarim Leona. Oh, no, just cancel out the whole team. Pick Tarek. Okay, Corki taken off the table here. There's no more very meta mids left here. Obviously, you can still block in the Akali with that Chem Tank build.
Their mid laner has been spamming LeBlanc, by the way, so I would hope that that's their 5th ban. They're continuing the trend of 5 banning mid lane.
So, Big D, talking about Victor Corki, which side of the matchup do you prefer, the Corki or the Victor side?
So it depends on the builds, really. I think if you're going the shield build as the Corki, I think it's Victor sided. In general, I would say that if there's equally skilled players, I think it's still Victor sided, but Corki has leeway in the matchup, right? Because he's always got the package. He's got probably one of the best team fight abilities in the game, right?
Right,
so
a lot more of an X factor.
Exactly. So it's one of those things where it's like, maybe you do have the Corki package, or maybe you do have Victor, he's strong, but Corki package can always turn the tide of a fight, especially if 3 people are sitting melting on it, right? In general, though, I do favor the Victor side of the matchup. I think it's easier to pilot. And then Victor generally outscales due to him being, harder to kill in the side lane. Just because of movement speed, his grab field, he can always take one person with him. Ooh, set lock in here, blind for WPI Esports. That's an interesting take here. I'm not sure. Actually, no, I guess they do want to give Yumi the counter pick, right? That's kind of what they're thinking about here.
Absolutely, and if Edison is comfortable on this set, then you might as well just give it to him, right?
It's a very difficult. It's a very difficult champion to play, but if they're countering themselves with the Ornn pick, I mean,
yeah, go ahead.
Who am I to complain,
That's a very interesting Ornn pick. Set control right back. Usually you don't pick. You pick the set into the Ornn, not the Ornn into the set. But
exactly.
Maybe GBC Huskies is confident with their comp that they're trying to put together, and they do not care for the counters. That
it really does seem. It really does seem like a Deathball Jinx blind pick some strong mid here, but there's no strong mid left to blind pick. They're forcing into AP Cassiopeia.
Well, that's a strong pick, actually.
That is
especially.
Yeah.
Into the Xin, into the set. That really shuts down a lot of WPI's engage options or counter engage options.
Wonder what the response is. You know what the bread and butter pick into Cassiopeia to counter her is?
Can't say I do.
Is it Morgana?
No, it's Vladimir.
Shit, well, does
Morg
not
works,
matter.
though. Morg does work. She kind of just doesn't play the game. Unless they're somehow, for some reason, flexing Zen mid. Tarek jungle, guys. Here we go.
Interesting. They're taking Aaron, normally on the sort of hyper carry 1v9 role, is taking sort of a back foot here, almost playing a more supportive mage in the mid lane.
And that's odd to see, especially from WPI picking 380 threats into this comp, and then, you know, you're expecting a hyper carry AP out of mid, but Morgana doesn't really output the same sort of damage that a lot of these hyper carry AP mids do, so it's interesting to see how this pick will be used. A
That
lot more of a
being said,
defensive
though,
option.
if you look at the mid 2v2 with the Morgana, if a binding hits, that person's dead no matter what, right?
100%.
Yeah.
There's no way that, like, Hecarim and Cassiopeia, assuming Hecarim goes phase rush chem tank, which is probably not correct this game. Sunder Conquer looks better to me here. But if he does go phase rush chem tank just because, you know, his brain's off or something, it's very possible that Xin Zhao Morgana can just out-duels Cassio Hecarim every time, right? Especially if you just, like, Zen's burst damage is so insane, even though he's kind of a fighter bruiser champ. Definitely puts out a lot of damage, especially
Early
in the early
burst
game.
3-6 is not something to be ignored from Xin Zhao.
Exactly.
I think WPI Esports has a lot of great early options. If they can get the ball rolling, you know, get some picks with this Morgana, play this bot lane. I think they've got opportunities, but if they let this game sort of even out and go into late game, I 100% favor GBC Huskies team fight comp over WPI Esports.
I would agree. I think, and it also depends on who's snowballing. If the Jinx falls behind, sure she scales, but it's really difficult to come back into the game, especially once you have like a Caitlyn rolling. Caitlyn just outranges everyone on this team. Like you have Morgana, you have Tarek. There's so many things to just keep her alive.
Right.
Makes it difficult.
Right.
Although, still not that keen on the Morgana pick. Honestly, even like a Vex or like an Orianna probably would have done better into the matchup, but I think picking the Morgana for utility, if that's their intention, I think that's also perfectly fine.
It's interesting, but I feel like you get this like in with the Morgana, maybe black shielding this, you know, Xin help him go into the set. I just still don't think it's gonna be enough damage to run through this comp of GBC Huskies, but it will be interesting to see how they want to play this comp. And I think they do have a lot of potential, but again, they got to get that ball rolling earlier. You know, late game could be a threat coming out of all those damage sources and engage sources from Huskies.
Yeah, and I mean, you look at the CC on the team of Huskies, right? If Tarek doesn't pop the ulti early, like as soon as they're engaging the fight, that could, you know, definitely mean a turning point for the Huskies. If they just CC one person and like knock him out of the fight, like Tarek kind of loses a lot of value, right? Because that's kind of half his champion is, hey, let me just stand here, press my R button, and then smack people to heal them, you know? Like, he's a champion that's very early mid-game reliant, even though he's kind of an enchanter. So, yeah, but we will see. I think the support matchup itself, Tarek just outscales Leona, because Leona's kind of bad later, especially with champs like Set and more, who can, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if Set just picks up Hecarim here, like as soon as they start a fight, and then just, you know, gets a 5-man face maker or face breaker.
A big X factor of the set as well. And if you're right, the Tarek can pop the ulti at the right time, send the set in over the top. Like, WPI does have the opportunity to win these fights. It's just they're gonna have to play their comp very precise and very correct.
You know, the more I look at it, go ahead, Riley.
I was gonna say, I think the way that WPI Esports wins team fights later on, even going in even to GBC Huskies, is they have to utilize that Tarek ulti so well to counter the engage coming out from Hecarim and Ornn.
Yeah.
If they're not able to do that, then it just seems like they just get out team fought, right? They have the Jinx. If they get one reset, it seems like they're done for, right? So I think being on the objectives early and utilizing that Tarek ulti are going to win them this game.
The more I look at it, I'm just thinking in my head, like, it's kind of impossible for WPI Esports to lose a river fight. If you look at GBC Huskies team comp, they have 3 dive champions with Hacker and Leona. Well, I guess Orn's not really dive. He's more of like a long range support, but he goes in. And you have Jinx Cassio, who Cassio doesn't really like to go in. She kind of likes to kite back, and it's similar to Jinx. So I'm wondering to see, like in my mind, I feel like Jinx has such a hard time getting a reset through Set Xin Zhao Tarek, and they're kind of just outranged by the Caitlyn. So I'm wondering to see like if the range difference actually matters in this situation, or if it's more of just a, you know, we kind of just get rolled over here. But interesting to think about in any case. So
Okay.
guys, what's the top lane meta?
Whatever.
I honestly have no clue.
I mean, with the whole TP change, it's really mixed things up in a way. I mean, you see Shen being so much more of a threat. You know, I mean, coming in without the TP, you know, top laner to match, Shen can get the buff before level 6 with an ulti. It really still impacts those bot lane fights. So I love to see a Shen coming out of my team. That's why you see it banned. That's why it's got nerfed, I believe, recently in the last patch. Because
he can even take an offensive summon or like ignite, and you know, you can like play for the solo kill. You can play for roam. It's really just a solid all-around pick, in my opinion.
yeah,
I think a strong quality in a top laner is being able to win in the side lane right now, right? Because of those TP changes. If you have prio, you can rotate first, even if you don't have TP, right? I still think it's a necessary summoner, because if you don't have it, you can't really go to a side lane once these things are up, right? So you still need it. And if you're winning the side lane, it's a big plus, because if you TP and the enemy TP matches, you have prio, the enemy laner misses out on CS, they miss out on XP, so you'll just slowly get ahead that way.
Yeah, so it's interesting you say that. I agree. I think that TP is important, but I think it's really just important for the side laning champs. Like if you're playing like a Fiora or a Camille who can win in the side lane, I don't think there's really. I mean, I guess Camille's a bad example because she can not take flash. But like, you know, let's say Fiora or like Aurelia, like if you take don't take the TP there, your side laning just becomes much weaker because you can never threaten like a base race end type situation where you TP. So you're kind of forced to come out of the side lane and group, which might be beneficial, but it might also not. A champion I've actually seen that's looked kind of nuts top right now is Urgot. With the new Hullbreaker Titanic Hydra build. You guys seen that in your solo queue games yet?
I've seen that last season. I have not seen it this season, nor have I seen it in sort of amateur or other aspects of competitive play.
It's not been
picks on my end either.
It's not been much in competitive in general. I think he's kind of just a sleeper champion. Like he's one of the champs again that doesn't really do great with a mythic item, right? He doesn't care what mythic he gets. He kind of just builds a lot of like the old items. And like from my experience, just going with the Hullbreaker, Titanic Hydra Cleaver, and then you build like a tank mythic like Chem Tank or Frostfire, and you're just 5,000 HP, and if you hit your E ever on anyone, you can just one-shot them. And it's one of those champs where it's like, it's incredibly hard to just, you know, beat up on him unless you have the comp for it. Because he grabs one of you and he kind of just dead. I recommend like trying it out or like doing some research on it, because I think the pick is really strong and people are just sleeping on it really hard. Anyways, getting into the game here.
I wonder if we're going to see any level 1 shenanigans coming up from either team, right? Morgana, who's really deadly level 1.
That would be interesting to think about. It looks like they might. Looks like they're going into a 5-point here. Both teams.
You can see GBC Huskies pinging the 5-point, setting up for that. So, and I think that if there were a comp to invade, it probably would be WPI Esports. But it looks like they're just going to play passively here.
30
Set the
seconds
5-point as
until
well.
minions spawn.
Yeah, that's fine. I think accepting the fact that you kind of have a better time in team, like you have maybe not the better comp in team fights, but you definitely have a good chance in the early mid game team fights. You don't need to accelerate yourself and risk losing more than you can gain
Right.
or invade.
You've got a window though. These early heroes, these early
Yeah,
dragons, you gotta capitalize them if you're WPI here. You gotta get that ball rolling. So
Minions have
let's see if they
spawned.
can get that going, get those advantages in lanes, and sort of take these objectives before the GBC Huskies start scaling into this game.
yeah, agreed. Let's talk volatility here. Which lane is gonna have are we predicting to see the most action in?
I would guess this top lane and this bot lane. I think mid lane, there's not going to be a lot of forced fighting. Um, Probably farming out the Cassiopeia. Morgana looking for some binds, but I think this bot lane could add for a lot of fighting. And also top as well, just a melee on melee, always, you're always going to get, you know, grasp on conk, they're just going to be trying to whack the hell out of each other to start this game.
I think after one item, the top lane probably going to be a little boring, right? It's going to be sort of tank versus bruiser. It's, damage isn't really going to be too high. I genuinely think wherever the junglers go, the action's going to follow. If these guys right now are matching clears, so they're going to be fighting for things like crab. They're going to be fighting for things like ganks, like gank timing. So they're going to be the primary forces, the bloodshed this game.
Right. Both junglers up in full clear here, or what appears to be a full clear.
Clear and half bot.
What's Taraki's name again? Like Dazzling Light or something? Like maybe it's just Dazzle.
Yeah, I think it's called,
Dazzle.
sounds about right.
Okay, we got some early trading in the top side, trading on the bot side, just trading autos here. Set's definitely got a good wave setup here, and Morgana's trying to get prio, which is definitely something that's good to do into the Cassio matchup. Because if you know how to play, if you know Cassio, she runs out of mana shoving waves very quickly.
Absolutely. Morgana will have the wave control in this lane just because of that W. You just smack it down on the wave and there's really nothing to do.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of the sleeper lane. You just walk up, W, walk back, snore till the next wave.
Yep.
Big JDO missing a CS.
Classic.
Classic. Wouldn't be.
Could we please ask our streamer to pop up the items tab, as well as, speaking of gold, and
There we go.
can you get it to stay up there by any chance?
I think it's just O. Press O.
Alright.
Oh, let's go.
Just so we can pay attention to item spikes and sort of watch the CS of the early game.
Right now,
Yeah.
Hecarim is backing on a ward, so they will have vision of this.
Oh, looking bot lane here. Zizao spotted on the ward.
Oh, and a
Ooh,
flash
he
from
flash.
Hadwe.
What a trap here. They're gonna get both.
What a beautiful setup of that bot wave into the gank by Eugene
Very
Ghost
nice.
Dragon.
That was really, really well executed there by them.
Brian
Fortunately-
special
Flash.
done.
The E
Fortunately
flash
did
from the
what-
turret. Go ahead.
Yep.
Sorry.
I was gonna say, unfortunately, one did go onto the Taric and onto the Caitlyn that keep that early bot prio, but getting one of the Zen is gonna be important to get the ball rolling.
Agreed for sure. Hecarim looking to path into Xin Zhao's jungle here, looking to steal away some camps.
Yeah, we'll
I
definitely find
wonder-
the cracks.
I wonder if they will fight over the Krugs here. Looking to just opt for some vision here, first of all.
Smart top gank as well, not showing on the conventional top lane ward and getting around. We'll set up to burn
it's fine,
flash
though.
here. I'm gonna say no. I think he's gonna hold his W.
Yeah, the Ornn messed up there. You should E immediately is from the slow of the Q, and then he probably gets that knock up off, in my opinion.
He should have played a little bit more aggro, but a lucky break for Edison.
Yeah, I mean he did a good job. He did a good job living. Oh, Cassiopeia is lagging.
We take those. Oh, we take those. That's 2.5 second delay from
A summoner
Cassio.
has disconnected.
Oh, they ain't playing the game
A
now.
summoner has reconnected.
Oh,
Going into pause.
Playing on 250 ping is difficult. Playing on 2,500 ping, well, you're not even playing the game at that point, so.
You're correct.
well. I guess we'll,
Guess we'll just have to wait.
yeah, we'll just have to wait.
We can use this last time. One thing I wanted to touch on, right? We see Cadweep opting for Aftershock rather than the traditional Guardian,
Interesting.
or even a Glacial Augment coming out. I think this might be a personal preference. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean, out of supports, you see a lot more of a Glacial meta coming out, you know, Thresh taking Glacial, Leona taking Glacial. So it is interesting to see that he does go with the Aftershock, which is a lot more than conventional, but into a matchup like this, where Leona's going to be throwing himself on top, and he's just looking for a stun, I feel like the Aftershock is totally fine, you know. Guardian, I feel like, is also acceptable, and so is, Glacial, but personally, I would take Aftershock in this matchup as well.
I think the matchup itself calls for Aftershock. If you have Aftershock on Taric here, like I don't think Taric can actually get killed by the Jinx. It's just too low damage early game. And
Then, I
He's
mean,
so reliant on landing that E though. I mean, I guess it is the melee Leona just diving on top, but you
Yeah.
miss that thing and then you just become a wet rag. Like you just die.
yeah, you're very
It's
squishy for sure if you don't have the Aftershock. But then again, if you think about it, the Glacial's also the same way for that. And then, I mean, the only one that's kind of a passive thing, you don't really have to think about it, is Guardian. But, then again, if you got Guardian going, like, you're not really, taking that much damage to get the full value out of it, because Jinx probably can't one-shot you. You probably can't even kill your Guardian shield this early in the game.
right, like what put a poke is coming out of that bot lane? You got Jinx Rockets, and Jinx W, but besides that, there's no support poke, so you're not gonna get the Guardian rock that often, not that effectively.
Yeah, and if you really think about it with the Hecarim build here, like this build isn't exactly a one-shot oriented build. So, like Guardian doesn't have as much value. But then again, I guess with Aftershock and Glacial, maybe you exhaust them, I guess. But then you still have to hit the E, right?
Yeah, I'm surprised seeing an exhaust out of the Taric here. I personally would have opted for Ignite, because the only person that's going to be on your backline is Leona, which you're probably not going to exhaust, but I guess maybe it would be used for the Hecarim.
Yeah.
Wait, you value the Ignite because you want to stop his healing as much as possible,
Yeah,
right?
I would say maybe even exhaust on the Caitlyn to Ignite on the Taric, play a little bit more aggressively. I don't know if the heal's completely necessary either.
Yeah, I'm told that the heal is not a very good summoner spell right now. It's lost a lot of value.
All right, we're
Apparently-
getting streamer gapped right now because we cannot see anything. Right? It is completely frozen.
Press on
Oh.
pause. There you go.
We're good. We're good.
Think you didn't unpause the game, guys. Production.
Also, if we want to keep ragging on Cadby, which I love doing, right? He built tier, which probably is fine, but I mean it's weird. I would think going for your mythic, like rushing, is kind of the support meta right now, unless you're like Morgana. But
Well, on Taric, you can see it a lot used, with your Q, with the extra wax. And I mean, Taric used to build it every single, a couple patches ago before, the mythics. You'd always see,
do you sell
Yeah.
it? When do you sell it, or
I
if
don't-
you sell it?
I don't think you sell it anymore with Thimblewinter.
Yeah.
You might actually build Archangels now on Taric because of the CDR. Like Taric loves CDR. And then obviously the healing is really good, but Thimblewinter if you want to be more tanky, etc., etc.
I just right here crashing this big wave with no vision on the Hecarim. Pretty bold maneuver right there. Stepping up and staying there.
Yeah, I don't know if he can die though, to be honest. Hecarim
Yeah.
doesn't have a great kill tanks build because he went the phase rush, and he is building the. Like I think he is gonna go the chem tank, which I think is incorrect here. I think you need the Sunder to this comp.
Perhaps. You also got to think that Jason and this Hecarim are on the same pathing, and so if Jason is calling this, then Edison can push however the heck he wants, right? Because he knows that Hecarim was bot side.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe a part of it is the safety, but then now you see the wave and it's already coming back into Edison. So as long as he doesn't ape shove it, then he's gonna be safe for a bit. Okay, Hacker, I'm looking for the top side camps here.
Pinkwood,
Still
the
has
east place since topside stayed there the entire game so
Yeah,
far. It's been there
that's
for about 4 or 5 minutes.
very valuable, but it is a trade for the dragon. So, you know, that's definitely something that is gonna hurt them, especially since it's a mountain drake. Mountain drake hurts a lot
Right.
for the
On a team who
early
needs to
game.
snowball early, right? This is one of the things that Hawk identified as something that needed to get going for WPI, right? Get the Heralds, get the Dragons. Dragon
Yeah.
wants the cure.
Harold's up next. Oh, they spot the hack room here. It looks like maybe going for a play here.
Hopefully not. They have numbers disadvantage.
Cassiopeia's first on the realm.
Seems they called it. Talk about the CS mid lane though. I know Morgana's kind of a sleeper lane, but still very impressive from the WPI support or sub mid laner to be able to put a puddle on the wave.
Aaron is known for his high CS numbers. You know, usually on
is.
other champions like
No.
Kale or
Cassidy.
Oxjohn, you casted it. But if he can CS like this on Morgana, I guess props to him.
Yeah, bro. That's all it is.
He's challenger level. That's all I get.
Yeah, that's what it is. He's 10 CS per minute. Gets stunned by Cassidy. Okay.
Those proc is Octoshock though, which I personally do not like, being the fact that Leona and Jinx will be pushing to 6 and could look to play off that window.
Now, yeah, they have a 90-second window or 60-second window where that aftershock is gone, and he is not tanky.
That being said, though, they still have the exhaust and the level 6 for the Taric. Like, I don't think there's ever a window where Taric can die, and there's no way they can freeze a lane, so... This is just really good wave manipulation here by the WPI dual bot lane. There's not really much that Jinx Leona can do into the counter matchup. But you're looking at the CS scores here. There's a 25 CS difference top lane, 12 CS difference bot, and then mid is practically even. Obviously only down 3 CS. That doesn't actually amount to anything. So I call it practically even.
Yeah. It was the CS numbers and those 2 kills, and WPI Esports has already garnered 2K gold lead at 10 minutes.
That's very good to see from them.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, the Hecarim picked up the CDR boots. He is probably stronger than the Xin right now. Just off of levels, Hecarim 6, Xin 6. And Xin probably is sitting on like around 1,000 gold right now. Like, I refuse to believe he only has Iron Spike Ruby Crystal in his inventory.
He's been clearing.
Yeah, I
He's
think
back soon.
he got his boots just now, though. That's good.
Cassiopeia does pick up this Everfrost, and it looks like they are moving to topside, going to try to take this Herald, which could be a big swing for GBC Huskies.
Yeah, but then again, you realize, you kind of think about, like, where's the only place you can put that Herald? And it's like, mid lane is your best bet, because Morgana kind of is a pushover champ.
Right.
You know,
Well, I think
she
they're going to
puddles
try to
away,
funnel this
but-
mid laner as it seems, challenger level player, trying to force as much gold into them as possible and see if
Yeah.
Cassiopeia can carry the game.
Let's see if Xin Zhao actually decides to respond here. Looks like they're going to drop the Herald over the wall. No, they're just going to recall for it. Oh, maybe not.
Hecarim is hovering around.
Yeah, so
Staying
is
over
Xin
there.
though. Zin's
They
actually
spot
looking
Xin on
for
the
a
board.
bot play. Let's try to get this wave to crash here. I mean, this is really great stuff to see from Xin Zhao. He's hovering the mid lane, making sure they can't just drop this Herald here for free and kill, get some tower plates. And, I mean, this could be a potential collapse here if Edison spots it. Yeah, they pinged it right there.
They know, yeah, they're collapsing. Hecarim having Ghost, having ulti, he can try and get away. There's the ulti blown right now. Edison flashing over the wall, getting that, but there's no
he's
help
too
to
fast.
go. He's out.
Hecarim's too fast. That's the...
Good burn the Hekgar. Probably would have liked to see the flash save out of Edison. Seeing drag is spawning in 40 seconds. Take your advantage on the Hecarim burning R, and then, collapse your team over and take this dragon while you have that advantage. Good try though out of him if he's able to pick that off, but Orin was able to rotate in time and get his R off. So 2 R's down from,
Oh.
GBC. And there should be a free dragon out of WPI.
Also, the bot pressure you have. I don't see GBC actually getting there. They're shoving the mid, looking to drop the Herald now. I wonder if WPI Esports will respond with Zinza walking up.
You need to hold the Zen here to keep the pressure in a way, because if you allow that window for Hector to rotate, it could be pretty detrimental, and they could steal the drag out from underneath you.
Yeah, the WPI bot lane needs to move now.
Yep. And here comes
They're
mid
moving.
jungle. They're gonna try to get that priority.
Yeah, there's nothing Hecker can do here. They can't walk in. Jinx is on a recall. This should just be WPI Drake. Unless
Absolutely.
somehow...
Chance for a steal with the blast code.
Yeah,
He's
but
not
I
going
don't
for
even
it.
think it's worth it at that point. If
Red
you're
team
killing
has
yourself to
slain the
steal.
dragon.
It is now 13 minutes, 2 dragons to 0, and a slightly narrowed gold lead, right? Only 1k now.
Axel
2K.
coming in.
Still
What are
2k, I lied.
what are our thoughts on the Hex Gate this season? We like it, boys, or I think it's an interesting ad, but it's kind of weird. It's a little bit wacky. We'll see.
I'm a fan. It's just one of those things where it's like you kind of sometimes forget to use them, and then if you don't forget to use them, like it's a bit of a meme. Sometimes you jump into a hex gate and you get out.
Who cares about Hex Gates? Hecarim is coming in the bot lane, going for a gank.
Ooh, the ulti's pop. They could turn this here. Hecrim's kind of weak. Okay, yeah, he
There was
does no
nothing to be
damage.
done. Yeah,
He does
nice
no
flash
fucking
at Big JDO, getting out of lethal range from the Jinx.
Yeah, that was
Interesting.
great.
Great play by WPI bot lane. Flashes down Caitlyn. Interesting build coming out of Leona here. Seeing looks like she's gonna build Shirelius for this comp, which
Ooh, that's a
is
that's
definitely an interesting maneuver.
That's gonna be a
Could help.
squishy Leona though. She's got no
Absolutely.
aftershock. She's got no tank stats from the typical
Items.
rocket or even shroud. But
It is press W and pray moment for Leona right now.
this is
But-
Leona gaming.
Shirelius is actually, like, in theory, if this is a different champion besides Leona, Shirelius is actually a decent item here, right? You have
Oh, I
Cassiopeia,
agree.
who loves being fast. You have Hecarim, who loves being fast. And you have
Still
a
loves
Jinx.
being fast.
Exactly. So you got a team that has a need for speed, but sadly, Leona also has a need for being tanky, and that's not really being fulfilled right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. Like, if you're picking a champion to just give speed, it's probably just better to pick an actual speed champion like a Karma here or a
Karma.
Zillion.
Yes,
Zillion's
absolutely.
obviously banned, but if you're building a Shirelius, might as well build it on a champ that can utilize it more than just the active. That being said, though, bot tower is going down. Plates are gone, and they're already rotating this Caitlyn into the mid lane here. And looking at the CS difference, again, Morgana is even. The Caitlyn is up 22 CS at this point. The set is up 30. This is kind of the painful reality of this Huskies comp, is that, they're looking here.
They're looking onto Cadbury. That's the first CC. Second CC landed, and he's just going down. He has nothing to defend himself. Couldn't flash out of the miasma. And the CC was chained perfectly by GBC Huskies. Nothing to do there.
Really collapsed right there, especially with objective timers. You're not really wasting anything because before next dragon's up, you're gonna have your ultis back up. So great little pick, and especially going onto your hyper carry Cassiopeia, that could be a major threat coming into this mid game.
Really well played. It was such a narrow window to pull that off because it was just on that tower. It was so beautifully executed.
Yeah, agreed. I think maybe Cadbury thought in his head, like, yeah, there's no way I'd die to this, right? And then he kind of just greeted his flash, even though, him not flashing. I mean, his ult's gonna be back up with the dragon. It's like a good little pick from the Huskies team, but at the end of the day, 300 gold is 300 gold, right? It helps, to say the least. Okay, Edison gonna hit this tower. They might actually opt to give up this Drake, just so Edison can break stuff.
Ornn is TPing top, so there will be a TP advantage on Edison with Sow. It is unleashed at this point, so.
Yeah, I don't know about that. That play seems kind of odd to me.
Yeah, I probably would not have burnt the TP out of the Ornn. Saving that top tower is really not going to make that much of a detrimental difference.
It's going down next wave anyway, right? There's no point.
Right.
There's probably going to be a Herald fight here, right? Multiple members collapsing onto the WPI Esports team, right? That's one caught up. The Hecarim, or the Zinza ulti saving them for a little bit. And the
That's a great
Sparkle follow
Herald.
up. Hecarim ulti on the backline, not too effective. Now he's getting chased down, getting lower and lower. And it looks like it's just a 2-for-0 or 3-for-0 coming up for WPI Esports. Oh, it's
Called
even
up
more!
for 0, baby.
That's 4-for-0, and there's one more member.
What a play by WPI. That was a
And they chase
great.
him down. Yumi has flash. Will he go for the flash Q? That's an excellent ulti.
Oh,
That's one
Casper's
traded
one.
back.
He wins this in the 1v1 too. Cast's gonna trade 2 right back.
Double kill.
And a great play from the Cassiopeia. The challenger mechanics really coming off. Trying to carry his team, put him on his back, but you know,
Yeah.
who knows if that's enough.
If only the set had the face, the haymaker, whatever the shield ability is called. I think he might actually kill with that amount of grit. But I mean, this is a huge win for WPI still. They get the Herald, they get the Dragon, and they get 4 kills for 2. Cassio is strong, but I mean, you know.
Big JDO, big out of position here. Oh, he just painted the Leona over. Oh my gosh, what an outplay. Oh,
That's Leona Australia's right
Calculated.
there. She is literally a peanut who just got cracked open.
Yeah,
She's
big-
got no
big
shell to her.
JDO, Big JDO is kind of in his head, to be honest. What a play.
he's got that man on speed dial, man. That was
Got his
That was a
number.
brilliant maneuver.
Got his girl's number too. Yeah,
so
what a play.
three drags this year, and now WPI has a major threat coming into this last drag, forcing GBC Huskies to take this fight. Last fight, Herald, they did not have the Orinar, which they usually would use to engage that fight. So, you know, we haven't seen the full power of them, but they did trade 4 kills back onto the WPI team, making WPI going to be even stronger coming into this last dragon fight. I think
And
it's
look
going
at
to come down to, can this Cassiopeia really turn this last fight, and can GBC find a good engage?
And look at these item spikes. I mean, Kalen's already up an entire item on this Jinx. The
my.
Ornn still has not even completed his mythic item yet, while Edison
Oh
is working
my.
on his second one.
These gold numbers might just be too big for the GBC's Huskies to handle, right?
And the Locket coming out, like you have Morgana already building your stopwatch, like this is just such a team fight threat here, and especially if WPI get this Hextech Soul here. Hextech Soul is one of the ways that Hecarim falls off very hard because, you know, an AoE static shiv slow, like come on guys, it's out of that one.
I absolutely hate when a team gets this soul. I feel like it's just so hard to play around.
It's almost as bad as the Chemtech Soul. Chemtech Soul
Yeah.
is annoying, but I mean, or I mean, the Hextech Soul is annoying, but Chemtech, like zombies, come on, bro. 2 health bars, sure, whatever.
Oh, look at this.
That
This
is a
like
poor. They are
flank
looking
angle.
for a
It's a
flank.
2-man flank angle. And they're engaging
Guys.
from the mid lane. Using host drag,
Guys,
getting
guys,
engaged on
we-
as well as we are.
That
If
is
we all
a-
flank, it's not a flank. Come on, guys. We know better
Okay.
than this.
Alright, well,
They're looking
that
for
was
the Baron.
interesting one. Can they do
Set
this?
needs to-
Morgana is bot lane. No TP. But
Uh-oh.
WPI Esports knows right now.
Ooh, Herald is popped. Wait, they have Edison on the flank here.
It's gonna be big if he can get him. Oh, he gets one.
The Leona.
What a
Leona's
face breaker
dead.
though. Kalen's free hitting on the side.
Untouched in the back line. It's just a win angle, man. There's nothing.
I don't know. The
to do.
Cassiopeia is still alive. Does she have
Yeah,
one
no, they
v5
can't. They don't.
potential?
They shouldn't.
Oh,
Trap,
excellent
though.
trap from JDO. It's the JDO show
JDO,
coming
that's
down for
good.
the ace.
What a play. That was really good. That was a great trap. Well played, honestly. Even though they don't have the Zen ult, they have the flank of the set player. The set pulls up, obviously not the right target, he kind of just grabs whatever he needs to grab. But at the end of the day, you know, focusing down one person, you saw how impactful that Terra ulti is. That was 4v5. Morgana wasn't even at that fight. Now, Caitlyn shoves the mid wave because he's greedy, and then he's going to recall probably for his Infinity Edge from how many kills he just got there. Wonder if he pings
Is
how
it
much
greed
gold.
or is it calculation? Because I say calculation on that.
Yeah. Same here.
Soul
I'm
coming
not
up
gonna
minute
put up
42.
there.
WPI does have Baron. This is looking like an absolute stomp. 9k gold up. It would have to be a pretty major throw at this point to lose this game from WPI. As long as they can secure this soul and play it smart, you know.
Great.
Fuck. This is
They will have-
WPI. This is throwable by any means, you know.
Caitlyn
I
has
know
our
we're not
full
known for
entire
our
Infinity
sports.
Edge.
We're not known for our sports, but our players could definitely throw. That's what I'm telling you.
Oh, I believe.
And don't you know the whole entire team lifts, bro?
Dang. Group lifting sesh? I
I mean,
wasn't
that's
gonna
what
do
that's
that.
what the gamers do nowadays. You know, like they meet up and they just
They
do
don't
a lot of physical exercise. So
They don't play scrims. They go to the gym and try to beat each other's bench press PRs.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's
Well,
how
I
they
would
throw
say
games so hard.
they do scrim. They just don't play solo queue, right? So instead of solo queue, that's when they're doing their lift.
Oh,
yeah.
true.
That's the big brave maneuver that is hard to understand. They're getting the lifts in, not the soul cues. So when they come to these games, they are absolutely jacked and ready to play. They've got the T1 muscles ready to go.
Yeah, look at this set, bro. He's just pummeling this tower with his biceps. This guy can probably crack an egg between his traps and his neck.
It is a known fact you cannot play set unless you can bench 250 pounds.
Yep, it's part of the requirements.
Uh-oh. Hex
Hecarim
it.
pop. I don't know what the Hecarim just did. He's got
Oh,
very
there's an orange
excited.
flank. Well, not orange is running away. It was a match GP by Edison. So you have both GPs from top lane down, but it looks like with WPI Esports already on the setup, like I said in the beginning of the game, right? Like they can't really
Looking
fight
for
back.
the Orn here.
Orn is already dead. Flash means nothing. You are dead, good sir.
Terraculty coming a little early. Oh, the
Offensive
binding almost
Terraculty.
hit. Turns out
That is
Still
Orc
has
dead
the
though, and
ultimate.
this dragon is up. The WPI Esports will just collapse back on it. It will have to be a 4v5 miraculous fight coming out of GBC Huskies, but
It's a
that
steal
is
angle.
unlike these circumstances. Yumi and the Caitlyn traps are holding off. Hecarim is on the
They're
backside
gonna
though.
try
They
to
do have a
pull it.
ward.
They are going to try to pull it. This is good.
But this is Jason. Jason does not miss a smite. Well, that was really
Oh.
But Jason did not miss the smite.
Jason does not make
And a
the
rook coming
fight
on the
when
back line.
Hecarim
Oh, they're
is
leaving the
played.
team.
Gone.
Oh.
What
So
can we
what's
say?
the play here? It's kind of an awkward spot. You have the soul, but you lost the Baron. You just play for the inhib. You killed the Hecarim. Orn is
You
up the
just
wall.
end this game. Who's gonna stop you? I think it's FF right out of GBC Huskies. You type in chat/FF, you go into the next game because they have no chance of stopping this WPI team.
I don't know. I've seen my Soki teammates throw games worse than this. Ooh, what an Everfrost. Crashing better ulti off. Ah, but there's too much damage. They can't damage the Zins out. Fantastic Black Shield. Oh, but the minions are dead though. You got one cannon minion left. Still looking for the end.
Bind after bind. Black Shield's landing all the time. Maybe this
Oh,
one
Kaiser's
honestly
going
is
down.
not as bad as we
Not-
thought.
But yeah, no way. This Caitlyn is way too ahead. The Jinx fell too behind. They did exactly what they were supposed to do. They got the first, they got the first dragons. They lost the first Herald, but the Herald wasn't even that impactful at the end of the day. Just great, clean play by them.
A solid all-around team gap. Nothing really to say, right?
Yeah, that was incredibly well played.
They played their comp to perfection. They did exactly what they needed to do before every dragon. And in fights, the in-fight execution from both the Taric and the rest of the team was phenomenal, right? Those
This Taric
Taric ultis
pick
denied
was
everything.
exactly. This Taric pick was super valuable here. I am a believer. I'm a very big believer.
I love it when my Leona with Shrelia does under 1,000 damage. Can we get a hover on that Leona
Oh,
damage right there?
oh my
Did she
god.
use an ability that game?
Oh my
Has she played
god.
through the tutorial? That is my question, folks, because it looks like she does not know how to press her QWER keys. That is very shocking.
That was wow. This guy's reportable.
Honestly, I would be writing a report right now for this Leona because she built Shirelia's. She was not in the game. She got utterly support gapped. Brian is flexing those huge muscles on this Leona, and she is upset. She is upset.
Yeah, I repeat, she is upset. Good
See,
play.
this is the problem. Leona, before this game, probably played some solo queue, which is not the move. Brian was in the gym flexing and getting his muscles big. Therefore, hence support gap.
Yeah, that's what it is. You had a protein shake and everything, bro.
Alright,
Are
and
you
it
on
looks
your
like the
phone?
observer is going to start a ranked TFT game.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
So I think this proves that if you are level 1 in League, you can still play ranked TFT. So TFT
Agreed.
players do not actually know how to play the game.
True.
Facts confirmed. If you tell me you play ranked TFT, I will be disappointed with you.
All
But
right.
I will get you help.
To counter you, right?
Sam, can I
Edison.
leave and be back, or do I have to like do a bunch of shit?
We're
Okay.
just chilling until the next lobby. Edison plays actually ranked TFT, by the way. Hawkster.
No. I meant like, can I go to their call and then join back? Okay. I mean, I think I can join the call. So, yeah. Anyways, BRB then.
Are we muted on stream? Oh, NA production. NA production. Be right back.
Yeah, I need to get some work.
Welcome back after a short intermission there after the first game. WPI taking the dub over the Huskies here. About to get into game 2 draft. Looking like the Huskies took the blue side again. Not sure how that is going to work out for them. I don't know if they want to actually prio pick something, but it appears to be the case that their mid laner desperately needs a counter pick instead of neutralize, which is what WPI did last game. They just played other Malzahar.
Yeah.
And, you know, W under the wave. Yeah, you had fun.
I'll be
Good
real
run,
though.
buddy.
I feel like they need to pick the mid laner in rotation 1 next time, right? We saw last time the 5 bans came out. In the last 2 bans, we saw 2 really important bans coming out, right? Corki and LeBlanc, 2 very strong, very meta picks that were banned out that he couldn't pick. They only
Agreed.
have 3 ban slots in the first rotation, so getting one, even if it's going to be a bad matchup, right? Like blind the Corki, blind the Victor, you know? You won't have the greatest matchup, but at least you get something that can do a lot more in a fight than, I guess, the Cassiopeia in this case.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead.
I do not want to see control mage out of this GBC Huskies mid laner. I mean, if you can pick them, the Corki or the Victor, like, that's a control mage or a mage. Like, you need, like, to put them on, like, a Kiana or a Zed. Like, they need to be roaming. They need to be, like, feeding up their belly, making themselves nice and full, and then just wiping the team. If you want to play them safe, WPI is just going to wipe top, they're going to wipe bot, they're going to wipe jungle, and the game's going to be over by then, so.
Yeah, but I mean, here's the thing though. Like, if they don't ban Zillion first rotation and then they pick a champion like a Zed or something, even if they don't ban Zillion second rotation, like Morgana, Zillion, Malzahar, you know, any of these like really annoying, really neutralized focused champs, like assassins can't do anything. You know, like you just wave clear.
Right, but if you trap them in mid lane by shoving the wave and then roaming, the mid laner can't respond, right? If you're a Zillion, you can't walk to try and follow a Kiana, right? Because they could be camping in a bush waiting for you to follow, and then boom, you're dead, right?
Well, yeah, but then at the same time, it's like you always have other picks, and it's like Kiana loses value later in the game because she starts getting outscaled by armor. She starts getting outscaled by, you know, champions. Like, especially if they leave the Tarek open again. Like, you know. Jarvan first pick.
I mean,
feel
if you're
about that,
waiting for
guys.
late game for your Leona to do 815 damage, I mean, you're gonna lose anyway. So you gotta do something early here. You gotta get
Yeah.
WP off their tempo, or you are going to get absolutely wiped again. No more Ganavan, which I'm surprised about because I feel like that pick worked out. You know, comp-wise was interesting, but it neutralized the enemy mid, who is their best player, which was a very smart idea. So you could definitely see that was going into draft prep from WPI. And it worked
Right.
out very well. So I'd love to see
But
that again, honestly.
but Hawkster, you gotta see, right? GBC Huskies must have been watching VODs, like solo queue VODs, Sturm VODs, right? Because they banned the big JDO Vayne. And if you guys don't know, the big JDO Vayne is a force to be reckoned with. Often from his teammates. Everything is being said about that is just praise,
Right,
Always
right.
so good, it's always 1v9, right? So this is honestly a really, really good ban, right? Banning out that Vayne.
I've never seen Big Gidio into on Vayne once in my life. Not a
Never have
single
I.
time. Never have
I
I. Yep.
no.
So them banning this out is just brilliant. It is
I
brilliant to
agree.
GBC Huskies.
He definitely hasn't rolled into the entire team 15 times in a team fight. That's not true.
Right.
I've never seen it,
Never. So Ezreal coming out, actually interesting pick here. I wonder what they actually decide to take here. They could run the Yumi because they think their silver player is not good enough to play a real champ, or
Although Lulu, see,
Lulu.
they are taking my advice. I went into the enemy call at the beginning of this game, and I told
Ah,
them, you need to put that support on a New Girl champ and let your team roll. So,
gotcha.
unfortunately, WPI, I am colluding against you, and they've taken my advice, but I'd love to see what support you pick into this. I'm going to say you grab the Nautilus. Yeah, look at
Oh
this.
my god, the 200 IQ prediction
But
coming out.
the good news maneuver is not only did I collude GBC Huskies, I then re-colluded with WPI Esports and told them all of the counter picks. So brilliant move there. The Nautilus is going to eat this Lulu, and they're going to roll through bot. That's what I'd love to see.
Are you guys? Let me try and conjure up my clairvoyance skills, right? What do you guys predict is going to be band 5? I'm gonna say it's LeBlanc. I'm just throwing it out there. It might be a LeBlanc.
You know, that is a good prediction, Riley. I'm going to have to agree with you because I believe in your clairvoyant skills.
I disagree. I think they're gonna R5 ban Braum because they're gonna flex Lulu mid. Thoughts, guys?
Oh,
Oh well.
Yep.
It seems like, Coach, you're wrong. My bad. Like, clearly I'm just like the better predictor.
I guess I'm not that smart right now, guys.
you know, it's a high elo thing to understand that the LeBlanc is going to be
Okay. I
banned,
must
you
just
know?
be in piss
So,
low. That's true.
yeah. So it was a good try, but
I didn't think
unfortunately,
about that.
it's an LP difference, you know?
Like,
Unfortunate.
are we just gonna talk about like they picked Jarvan, Ezreal, Lulu, right? They banned the same 5 things from WPI Esports, right? Like they must have another response now. Like I don't think the Cassiopeia 2 times in a row is gonna win the game for them.
No,
They must have something else.
They changed the Lee Sin ban for a Xin Zhao ban this game. Camille blind. I like it.
Edison does not care. Edison is going to 1v9, is what WPI Esports is now saying.
Oh, that is the pick
Poppy.
into the Camille. Don't know if they thought about if it actually works to the comp, but, you know, Jarvan Poppy, also a nice little wombo combo, you know? So, we'll have to...
Definitely is a really annoying champ to play against. But
Right.
then again, you always have the Trundle, right? Trundle can always pillar the Poppy ulti. It's very difficult for Poppy to play the game, especially because he's usually just stacking resistances, right? So it's kind of a Trundle moment here. The Akali blind here.
Oh
Again,
my.
like I said, GBC Huskies needs to put this mid laner on a champ that can carry, but
Malzahar.
WPI Esports is just going to pick the I'm going to clear the wave and ulti your Akali champion. So, again, GBC Huskies trying to make their mid laner carry, but again, it's just getting completely countered by the
Neutralized.
WPI Esports mid laner.
This guy's
pick,
getting
so.
this guy's getting neutered.
Aaron, with his champion Ocean, says, guys, I'm gonna take one for the team. I'm just gonna play the supportive role here in the mid lane.
Honestly,
Malzahar.
bro. You know what I would have locked in here?
You knew,
Go for it.
honestly, right?
Raven.
It's Raven mid. Yeah.
Oh.
Well, it shows why you're not on the WPI Esports team then,
It's because I don't go to WPI, bro. Come on.
Yeah.
And even if you did,
Raven mid is the pick here. You know why? Okay, think about it like this. All you have to do is just E the Akali E, and then she can't do damage, and then she's screwed. Then you just run her down. You take Flash, and you take Exhaust, just in case. you know, Akali gets ideas and flashes on you. You just E her ult, you E her E, bro. I just play the game. Tell me. She doesn't. Exactly.
That is right there shows an LP difference and why you were so big brain because I would not have thought about that and I'm quaking in my boots right now because it is
That's
such a great pick that I don't know what to say. I honestly
quitter.
don't.
Yeah. It's fine. Aaron just isn't experienced enough in this matchup. He doesn't know the vibe.
Understandable.
Ah, okay. But try to get right into game 2 right here. Comp-wise, who do we favoring this game?
I mean, I'm gonna have to admit, if this Akali does not get rolling, I mean, even if the Akali tries to 1v5, you've got Nautilus to lock your 10, you've got Camille, you've got Malzahar. In GBC Huskies, I think they literally just hit random buttons, because, like, Ezreal, Lulu, Poppy, Jarvan, like, sure, they're champions, but I think WPI team is just gonna roll through with this comp. They've got a lot more cohesion. You know, you've got the Trundle, you've got the Nautilus to engage your Malzahar for the backline with the Camille engager peel, and the Caitlyn is just gonna roll through the team again. So I'm gonna have to favor WPI Esports on this draft.
I think I'm gonna have to agree with you here. I think the one, although to your contrary, right? One of the things that we hear from the WPI Esports support himself, Cadweep, right? Comfort is key. So maybe GBC Huskies just pick a team of 5 comforts, right? Regardless of team synergy, regardless of their lack of cohesion, right? If they're all comfortable in their champions, there is a world in which they pop off just because of their comfort.
No, that is an interesting thought. I'm currently looking at the GBC Huskies op.gg page. Do I see Lulu games out of their support? I cannot say I see one this season, which, you know, could be practicing scrims. Akali, I do not see it on the op.gg of their mid laner. Top laner, I don't even know which one's their top laner. Don't see Poppy in either of the two, so,
I see
you know.
Poppy. They play Poppy, so Poppy is comfort.
Oh, you're right. I see that. Ezreal, don't see an Ezreal either, but, you know, maybe they got separate accounts that they're just big braining with, and they're just trying to hide that these are all their one tricks. So, there's a possibility.
Going into the game though, what do we think is the matchups? Like how are we looking at the top matchup right now? How are we looking at the mid matchup? Let's go through it.
I mean, looking like top to bot. Honestly, this bot lane is kind of just Caitlyn Nautilus wins, and then the enemy team kind of just rolls over and kind of has to farm with Q. And then the Malzahar versus the Akali, again, nothing really happens. Malzahar can't kill Akali, Akali can't kill Malz. Top lane matchup, I mean, Camille doesn't really do anything. Poppy's a neutralizer and one of Camille's like counters. But at the same time, like Camille's can be useful, especially because crew damage, and she doesn't actually need her E to kill. So we'll see.
I agree with you on all that. I think what this game's going to come down to is, can this mid laner roam with the Jarvan and make plays around the map to get their team ahead? Or if they don't, WPI, I feel like their bot lane's stronger. I feel like top lane, although it is a counter matchup for Camille, Edison showed such superior CSing and laning abilities last game that I'm confident in him in this matchup, although it is a slight counter pick. And in the mid lane, Aaron has shown that you can press buttons on the wave and farm it very well. And then once he gets to late game team fights, he whips out his normal Aaron ego and absolutely just rolls teams. So
Yeah.
can a jungle matchup difference come here on the Ujin Ghost Dragon? I feel like that is the only point where this WPI team can lose, but I am confident in Jason's abilities to win this matchup, especially the Trundle into the J4 pick. So, I don't know. I mean, let's see what WPI can do, but, you know, I feel like GBC is struggling here. I think they're struggling for cohesion.
Yeah, if I were GBC, I would really want this Akali and Jarvan, like you said, to roam top lane. I feel like based on what we saw last game, this Camille Edison is going to just shove Perma, right? He's going to get Cryo. He's going to try and get this wave stacked, and then I guess recall, for superior lane status, right? But if you're Camille, you can't run away from a Poppy, right? All you have to do on Poppy is just press that W, and that E is neutralized. So if you have a Jarvan and a Akali coming up, at the same time as Edison is pushing up into the enemy tower, he has no escape, and he's just dead. And then you can get the ball rolling with a Kali, right? Or same thing on the bot side, right? Caitlyn and Nautilus are going to be pushing into Ezreal Lulu. If you have those two just run bot lane at the same time that they're pushing, there is an angle in which you just get 2 for 0 on the Kali, and then this game is just blown wide open for GBC.
I would say if this
Gold.
Akali can get ahead, there are a lot of counters to WPI, but if you can take those Lulu abilities, take your face, and just roll them across the keyboard, you can make your Akali pretty strong here. So, I mean, that is also a threat coming out of GBC. They're going to have to get to this point where this Akali is just absolutely wiping the floor. But, you know, I'm not sure if that's going to happen. Getting there is going to be tough. I'd also love to see a Hex Slash coming out of Brian here. I know he doesn't usually run it, but taking Hex Slash in this bush, just throwing yourselves at the Lulu, they are going to absolutely wet the bed and not know what to do. And this Caitlyn is going to get massively fed, so I'd love to see that happen as well.
Spectator delay to wear off. Right? We're getting a nice breeze coming in from the mic of Mr. Cringe himself.
I'm trying to.
I'm sure this.
Respiration. The mic is nice and toasty now, bro.
Yeah, I'm sure the stream is loving that one, right? Yeah, but anyway, right? Which team do you think wants to get on objectives first here, right? How are the objective games going to play out for both teams?
So realistically, looking at the comps, I have to give the scaling edge to. I think WPI has the scaling. I think Malzahar kind of just chews through Poppy and Jarvan, and even though they're kind of immobile, Caitlyn has a way to get out of the Jarvan ulti. Malzahar, you know, he can always build the flash. He can always build, or not build the flash. He can always take flash. He always has, you know, the opportunity to build the Zanyas. So he doesn't really care too much about the terrain. And then Camille, very mobile. Trundle is the only one that, you know, has a really hard time, but Trundle can clobber people. So like at the end of the day, the way I look at it is that even though Camille is kind of countered, they have counter mid, they have counter jungle, they have like the strongest ADC in the game right now, or one of the two strongest ADCs in the game right now.
Right. But do they have a counter invade? Seeing the fact that WPI is looking for an invade through bot side right here.
Yeah, running it down, but in a good way in the bot lane. Looking to punish, I guess, this bot lane. Maybe try and get some vision. See if their 5-point is really up to snuff. Will this Ezreal get caught out? Does he know it's coming?
Was he
What have we
sniffed? I
seen?
think he was sniffed. Oh, he was sniffed.
No.
Oh,
And a
that's
flash
beautiful.
over. That's a flash. Right, but we already see on the top side, right? Jarvan has gotten that counter ward on the top side. Very nice play. So they will at least know where Eugene Host Dragon is starting at the cost of Ezreal Flash. And in a volatile lane, like Caitlyn Nautilus, I feel like we're probably going to have to call Worth for WPI Esports here. That was a good invade. Solid.
And look at where the jungler's going. Yuji Ghost Dragon opting to start the top side. He realizes, hey, we got Ezreal Flash here. This is a very, very easy kill bot lane. This is very easy to punish.
Absolutely.
And, you know, that might just be a kill coming in for the bot lane, but, you know, we'll have to see how the gank actually gets executed. Maybe we pillar our own Nautilus or something, but...
I hope not. That'd be funny, though. I really want to see that. I'm posting out nasty clips.
Oh no, full clearing.
I feel like Trundle has such a hard time clearing these multi-member camps. Actually, hold that thought. Little fight in the bot lane. Never mind, nothing happened. Right.
Jaden is lost in La La Land, though, so did not get 2 autos on the trade, but, you know, still worked out.
Still a really good trade, right? But anyway, as I was saying, I don't think Trundle has a very good time clearing these multi-member camps, right? He has only one ability.
Yeah,
which is
in my
you.
head, there's not really a way this Trundle can full clear efficiently enough, especially if Jarvan's gonna do the Sinner gank top lane, which it looks like he's gonna do.
The classic
according to his
3
pathing.
camp top lane gank coming out for the Jarvan. I think this is exactly what we need to see.
Ooh, what a
right?
hook here!
Oh,
That's a kill.
and he's just dead.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I guess he can just full clear. It's
No
fine.
flash. Yeah, but this gank is going to work out really well, right? You blow the Edison flash, right? Poppy W stops anything. If Poppy wants to press W or do anything. Alright, well.
Poppy may have missed their W key on the keyboard, but that is okay. Good
Well,
flash
actually,
Edison
Poppy
gets
too.
himself out.
Yeah. But look at that. No, you have no pressure. And look, it's a regank coming out instantly. Edison not respecting the fact that your jungler could be there. And this is a dead Edison. There's nothing you can do, right? There's the W coming out.
Wait, he
stopping
has
the
an E.
Oh no,
But then you
that
just Jarvan
Poppy
EQ.
key-
Oh!
What was that? Poppy hit
Alright.
the W too early? Jarvan does not know how to use the keys on his keyboard. That is unfortunate.
Alright, it looks like the amount of solo queue these guys are playing is, I guess too much, right? They've been playing too much solo queue, right? They're burning out, right? All of their skills, all their brain cells, right? They didn't save it for the matches, so I think these guys need to, maybe take a rerun on that one, right? Maybe third time's a charm. He'll go up there again, he'll get the kill. That's all we can hope for.
I mean, if I'm GBC right now, I have just ordered a pizza to be delivered in 20 minutes because this will be an FF15.
I'm more of a Wingstop fan, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Wings, oh, well, I'm sorry to hear about that, Sounds
Wait. What's that supposed to mean?
Uh-oh.
Wings are goated, bro. You can't even tell me.
Kissing off just about everyone in the entire universe. Oh, as the gank comes out mid-lane, I don't know why the auto observer didn't actually just go to that earlier anyway. Didn't
He
come out
doesn't
to
care.
anything.
He doesn't care about us.
Flash is down from the Malzahar mid if the Sakali can go goaded on the sticks and look for a kill on 1v1, but I think Aaron is playing around that. Bunching a wave in bot. Don't think they're going to look for the dive, but is an option would be kind of crazy.
Oh, another trap behind the tower, and Ezreal not respecting that, or not knowing about it, either one. Great hook
Ooh,
coming out.
fantastic.
Good
Oh,
hook
no.
by Catchweed.
Nice 2-auto trade. Wow.
Whoa!
Oh, and it works! There's no way he gets the kill, right? Oh my. Oh,
No!
okay,
It's
well,
one for one,
he gets
though.
the kill.
That is not worth. Ezreal or Malzahar has TP. He gets everything.
What
And
was
Jarvan goes
that?
flash. That was
That was-
horrendous.
This team
That
has
was-
broken down.
You know, they're silver scrapes, right? I think that was some iron scrapes right there, man.
Just looking at Edison has been getting twice top, still even on the CS. Mid lane is even on the CS, and Caitlyn is up by 20 farm already at 5 minutes, which is pretty crazy.
Not looking very good for the GBC Huskies coming out in game 2, right? We wanted a lot stronger of a start. We wanted the Jarvan to have ganked. You know, Jarvan ganked a lot of times, right? But not all of them have been very fruitful, right? He's kind of 0 for 3 in ganks, pretty much, at this point.
Oh no, we're calling. He might go in. We have the cringe button.
Spell shield and ult.
Malzahar moment. Does
It's,
he have his lap chapter yet? Let me see the item.
I don't know.
He does, yeah. I mean,
He does,
okay.
yeah.
Okay, he has to call his out scalp, guys.
I'm gonna take back my statement. I don't think Jarvan's 0 for 3, right? But because he got the flashes, he got 2 flashes. But at this point, he needs to now regank the lanes that he's blown the flashes for, and then really capitalize on the fact that they don't have flash.
So
If he
what
doesn't do that, then it's kind of a failed gank. Then he just
And I
waits
mean,
for
it
the
is really hard now though, because if
Oh, that
Oh,
is
that
the
was good.
Poppy flash W that was needed.
yeah, so here's the idea. I think to get away from a gank, Camille actually needs to just ult the Jarvan EQ combo, and then E after Poppy uses
Yeah.
her W. Because if she ults the EQ combo, Jarvan doesn't do any more damage, and Poppy Charizard doesn't do any more damage. So that's something to keep in mind.
Yeah, but that
What
was
are our
actually-
thoughts on this Akali going Bambi Cinder right here?
Have you seen the new tech? The new
I guess
tech
I have
here-
not.
The new
Oh,
tech
it's-
is
yeah.
to go chem tank Akali, right? The benefit is you have the tankiness from the chem tank, you have the chase down ability from the active, and you also get a decent amount of bonus damage from the passive like wind up. working almost like a dead man's play, right? You move around, you hit enemy champions, and you get a bonus stack that does more damage.
That's very odd. I have not seen that before.
Yeah, very
I guess
common. It
I've
was
not
actually
been playing
played in
enough solo
LEC.
queue.
Yeah, this is a Chovy thing.
Yeah, Chovy, LEC, LCK. I think Wonder did it in week 1 or week 2. But yeah. Poppy looking for a really interesting D-port on the red buff. That's really good vision that Poppy just got off a pushed wave. Really nice play.
Unfortunately, their
Nice
bot wave
gank
does
on
not
the
have
bot.
any wards whatsoever, and Trundle
Yeah, this is
perfectly
just
comes
gonna be a
around.
punish.
That's a wipe. Oh,
Oh,
Almost trading
almost
back.
getting a counter kill, yeah. But really nicely played. A little bit of a misplay from the support. Still has their flash button available, but that's okay. Saving it for next game.
game 3 save flash.
Yeah. But right now, you know, I feel like most junglers are doing a really good job ganking lanes, farming up, you know, getting prio around objectives and crabs. Not too bad of a job. Sadly though, this Jarvan, as many good ganks as he's gotten, isn't enough to recover a 40 CS gap and 2 kill gap in the bot lane at 8 minutes.
4
And-
tower plays. Don't forget
And 4
those.
tower plates. Yeah, you know, we're gonna have to see. Survey says probably no. We can already see a 2k gold lead
oh
on
my
one member.
God.
Big JDO, big gold lead, big money. This man cannot be stopped. He's a roller in
mean-
both games.
And I mean, you look at the
vein to carry. Holy crap.
jungle. Oh,
Oh.
wait, what the hell? A
This
play
is-
here.
oh,
Taylor
Caitlyn
coming
coming
out.
at. Oh, wait for the
there's
Kali
the
outplaying. Oh my god.
What was those shenanigans?
This is your brain on a
That player
collie.
challenger? Yo, like, that was really well played actually by WPI Esports. They had such a good damage calculation, knowing that the Caitlyn ult was coming back through mid lane. The attempted solo kill by Aaron, just being supported by that. That was beautiful.
The Akali has pinged it 3 times, signifying that they are upset, visibly.
Yeah, and as another kill going down, oh, Jaden misses E. That's a classic. Almost
Okay,
another
he
kill.
was trying to use
Nothing-
his main E, and he just misclicked it. It's not his fault.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it probably will result in the tower going down very soon. Jaden also not auto-attacking off the trap auto. You know, this man, for as big as he is, he's a little bit, you know.
I mean, I think I know what
Powered
it is.
right now.
He's been hitting the gym. His fingers are so jacked now that he hits multiple keys at once, and it shows just a misclick, you know? It's
Yeah.
not his fault.
Big JDO with big fingers, not able to
Also-
actually press his keys correctly anymore. But he can
Also,
still
I'm
aim
getting
quick.
new information. Apparently, Chemtank Kali is nerfed now with the Chemtank nerfs. Not by
Actually,
much, it still makes sense, but
but here's the thing. Did you do your research? I did my research. And
what was your
apparently,
research?
this patch, the one that supposedly nerfed it, is the one that actually enabled it. It was not being played on last patch, 12.1, but it is being played and is the highest win rate build on patch 12.2 after the nerfs.
Interesting.
You know, that is a brilliant analysis right there, Riley, and I'm really happy you looked into it before this matchup, you know?
I did, yeah.
Oh, J4
Oh.
with the gank, but unfortunately,
Unfortunately-
WPI bot lane is already cleaned and wiped. Oh!
Who's ganking whom as the Gale Force Q almost lands?
Oh!
Oh!
What is this?
Give us a trap.
Big JDO with a big curve on that ulti, man. Just sidestepping the Akali. That was crazy.
And I hope that Domino's Pizza's coming in 10 minutes, because they're gonna be FFing at 10. My goodness. Someone's gotta AFK
Really?
this match. This is not even great commentary. WPI first drag got theirs. First tower gone. First mid tower, so better be gone.
This is looking like a co-op versus AI speedrun right now, you know?
My goodness. Good thing
Bit of a
Jarvan did.
roll.
Oh, but this Poppy is looking for a flank maneuver.
Okay.
If WPI is not careful, this Caitlyn is about to get eaten.
Caitlyn, better watch out. There's a pop-up.
Oh.
Greedy he is. Oh wait, no, but their Ezreal does no damage. There's no way. Ooh, trying to pillar. Ah, but just misses it.
He has to put it a little closer to the wall to trap her so she can't go through.
Maybe at the
Malzahar
gym.
picked up the Leandries.
Yeah. Maybe at the gym, that pillar might have been a little bit larger, but you know, sadly, I think Jason's the slack.
Ooh, does
Yeah.
rush Kindle Gem, which this is a very interesting idea.
This is an interesting strategy coming out from the support player, right? They rushed a support item start, or a e-girl support item start on
The healed.
on the Leona last game, and now they're rushing a tank component on the e-girl this game.
Will
So-
it be Shrelia's or Moonstone coming out of the Lulu though? That is
Yeah.
a question.
I was gonna say, to be fair though, that it also does build on the.
Oh, this is the
a
attempt
wombo
solo
combo.
kill. Oh, interesting pillar from Jason. That's the Akali ult.
Nah, she's gonna
burning,
take down,
burning, and
yeah.
it's gone.
Leandry's technology strikes again. Also, interestingly enough, this is like the best possible game. Like, these are the games I love playing jungle in, where I don't have to do a single thing. Oh. Wait, he can win this.
Edison actually going for the 1v2 outplay. He's
Yeah,
got
they
the
can't
cover
get-
very,
they
very
can't
low.
kill him.
That's the Flash Hextech ultimatum. Looking, one more Q is gonna get it.
There you
That's
go.
Shield going down. Edison's
Oh,
still fighting.
no.
That's W down. He's healing. Grasping dying, healing him up. That's the E. Empowered Q does a lot of
Can't play it.
damage.
Yeah, that was really well played. He realizes that Jarvan doesn't actually do any damage, so he can kind of just take that fight whenever he wants to.
Yeah.
That was upsetting for GBC. Edison 1v2 outplay. Big muscles, big men, big outplay. That Jarvan's Herald is about to run out. It looks like he's just gonna drop it
Oh,
mid
good flash
lane.
forward. Nah, there's nothing you can do about that. No flash from the Lulu. It's just a good execution play. The Nautilus does have the X flash as well, so losing his flash isn't too big of a deal. He can still
Oh,
take
this
off
Poppy
of it.
sees an angle. Oh, she does miss it though.
Almost gets the wall
Oh,
spike.
that was really
Nice hook by
unlucky.
Brian, hitting the absolute nothing. Akali. No,
This is
everyone's
actually a
diving
fight
on
they
Big
can
JDO.
take.
This could be a
JDO is
problem.
dead.
This could be a problem. This Akali has an angle and a timing.
No, she can't. Malzahar has ulti back soon.
Yeah, the rest of the team sadly not able to catch up, not able to do any damage besides the one kill they got in the Caitlyn. Nice W, stopping the kill.
It is a massive shutdown for this
Akali, right?
Akali. Yeah, Akali got the 800. I was looking back about it.
True.
I mean, it's just another E here, and she's dead as well. So yeah, never mind.
Red team has slain the dragon.
At this point, I know it seems a little grim, right? It's 8k gold. It's a few towers. It's 2 dragons. How do we think GBC wins this game? Let's get some speculation going.
GBC has a good computer science program at their school because they're going to need some DDoSing skills coming in, taking out both their mid and ADC of WPI and trying to win the 5v3. That's how I see them winning this game.
Alright,
Yeah,
alright.
I mean, the only way they can win this, like, Akali does need to pick up a QSS, because literally every opportunity that Malzahar gets, she's just going to press R on her. So, like,
If she can avoid that ulti, that just single target channel, which she's not doing right now, she's still building her core. But
Team's turret has been
if she is able to avoid it at some point, that's like the only way I can think of Akali be able to pop off of these fights. Because realistically, if she gets ulted and Caitlyn is actually paying attention, he just gets trapped and he's dead. Unless he gets his Zanyas, right? But
Two interesting and very different theories coming out as the team fight seems to arise. Jarvan getting ulted up, Jarvan getting bursted down, absolutely nothing to do. Akali going in, doing whatever the fuck Akali does, dies though, it doesn't
Yeah.
even matter. And it's
I
already a
think
3
that
for 0.
That
Flash for
Poppy
0.
launched that Nautilus into the Akali for a hook.
nice play.
Honestly, no clue what happened there, but it's 5 for 0. So, we take those. It's not looking good.
I want to take bets on when this game finishes. I'm guessing it is a 23.5-minute end from WPI.
I'm gonna
What?
say they do Baron at 20 minutes, and they're able to get a really good fight, and they're gonna end it 22.5 minutes.
Ooh. All right. What about you, Big D?
Hold on, I got my calculator.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, 84.
So I think what's gonna happen is we're gonna do a little bit of throwing, and we're probably gonna end before fourth dragon starts. So let's
Oh, wow.
say 28 minutes. I think the game will end.
28 minutes.
Wow.
That
What
does not show confidence in this WPI
what a
team.
WPI hater we have. I know he doesn't go to this school, but he's really not showing the team spirit, right?
No, listen. I'll tell you why. I know these boys. I've played with them, coached them, some of them. We're gonna have a difficult time closing if we don't get some sort of outside objective, and we might just decide to play it safe and play for the Dragon Soul. Which, if you wanted to guarantee winning the game, okay, their egos are damaged now. If they wanted to guarantee winning the game, I think they're gonna wait a little longer just to secure some dragons, try to play for the soul, try to play for barons, and play as tactically as possible. Because right now, the way I look at it, it is difficult for them to.
EP in the top side. Akali's going for the solo kill. There's the Chemtech coming out. Spell shield pop. Aaron ulti already
Let's
down.
press the gamer button.
Ticking is the Akali. Akali ult down. Will he get the cooldown out? That's the Zanya's coming out, dodging the Q and the E. And he has enough damage.
Wow.
That's the solo kill coming out from the Akali. Beautifully played. Aaron
That
could
was-
do nothing but smash his keyboard in rage.
That was really close. If he got that off, that kill off, that would have been huge.
That's the Challenger mechanics, you know? Challenger game knowledge. Absolutely knew his limits. Beautifully played. But is it enough? Big JDO coming in. Big JDO, please! I swear.
Got him.
Get Gale Force, so if you just didn't Gale
Diving
Force.
to Sharpen here. Yeah, there's nothing they can do.
Yeah, no. It's a little bit of a...
I don't even know where he flashed, to be honest.
Did he flash? Oh, he flashed.
Yeah, I think he flashed in place. Or maybe he tried flashing the wall or something.
I just want to know, is this Lulu going Moonstone or Cerelius? That would be the big question of this game.
He hasn't even built boots yet. I don't even know if she's gonna finish an item.
Better question, is she gonna finish the item? Oh, poor Poppy. I think you're a little bit gone. Worse for wear.
Look at O'Brien.
Oh, no. Alright, well, they blew ult for
I
ult,
mean,
support ult for
she's-
support ult. Not-
She's
not
got
bad.
quite a bit of armor.
Oh, the big JDO show.
Oh,
Almost
the hell?
popping off.
Wow, this Caitlyn is broken.
Oh
and
my
they got
god!
the Lulu.
Big JDO
Those,
bending
wait,
the
the
Caitlyn ult.
what Cerelius? Lulu and Cerelius.
Hey, she got her boots! It's lit.
Oh, it's FF. W5 better hit the FF on their keyboard, because
This enemy support is full build.
Oh my god.
Wait,
Poppy
the game's
dog.
over now. It's not
Yeah.
even gonna be 22 minutes or 23 minutes or 28 minutes. The game's over in 20 minutes. It's gone.
What?
Nothing this Akali can do. Her entire team crushed by the dream.
Oh,
Elbow
no,
is
this
coming
is
down just for the added insult to injury. And the game's over.
It Lulu's back up though.
In
Oh,
20 minutes and 35 seconds, WPI Esports has won Game 2, won the series, and won our hearts. What a beautiful performance.
That was great.
that was so
absolutely
funny.
beautiful. What a game.
Can we go see the
Does the
damage
support
charts?
do more than 800 damage? Oh my gosh, support has quadrupled the
2200.
damage.
Whoa. That's almost 3 times last game. That is 3 times last game.
That's beautiful.
Record.
What a true improvement. Gold star, most improved.
It's lit.
Yeah, honestly though, you know, not really much to say. WPI Esports, you know, the sum of their players were just better, you know? They just, regardless of team comp, regardless of comfortable champs, they just kind of outlaned them. Outgamed them.
Agreed.
Put them to
Definitely
shame.
agreed. Honestly, what a showing from the WPI guys. Really well played. That was very impressive.
Beautiful.
Very, very impressive. Yeah.
I can't wait for week 2's matches. I can't
Agreed.
wait for them. I really hope they're going to pop off again. If they showed that performance in week 2 that they showed in this week 1, they get the dub. They win the entire thing, you know?
Yeah.
Regardless of rank, regardless of how little every one of their players plays solo queue, you know? I think they just win.
Yeah, I mean that was a fantastic showing. Like
bot lane was a very big factor in these games. Big JDO and Kadri kind of just ran over the enemy team, gapped them. They played to neutralize the lanes where their strongest players were. Right, they picked the Malzahar, they picked the Morgana to neutralize this challenger mid, who would, give them the most trouble. And they, all around, just played very, very, well. They played very well. So
Yeah. And boys, I think we should talk about one thing, right?
Yeah.
Who do we want for the post-series interview?
Uh oh.
Which one of these players do we want to see?
I think
Honestly,
I personally want to hear from Aaron to hear about that 1v1 gapping the enemy mid laner. Who's challenger?
agreed. I would say Aaron, or I would say, we can also go with Brian too. Why not? Brian played well, but
I'm gonna go with the odd man out. I want the big JDO show in here, I want to see how he was able to gap on this Caitlyn 2 games in a row, I
Alright,
want to see what went through his mind.
production, make a decision. Just give us someone random.
Yeah.
Just gonna pull up 9 there, another 3.
I think we're all in agreement. We don't want to hear from a few people, Sorry,
I don't
Edison. We love you in real life, but your performance, it was good, but the JDO show a little bit better.
Oh. Hello.
And here he is. Hello, Mr. Big JDO. And after a stellar performance, congratulations on that, by the way.
Thanks.
We just wanted to ask you a few questions,
Sure.
How were you able to have such a dominant performance 2 games in a row on the same champion?
They didn't ban Caitlyn.
That's a fair
That's a
statement.
good answer, Jaden.
Yeah, they didn't ban Caitlyn, and then I went 10 or 8, 10-0 or whatever, and then they didn't ban Caitlyn again, and then I got fed again. So that's what happened.
On that note of them not banning Caitlyn, do you feel like them banning Vayne was the right decision? Because I know when you
my
play
Vayne's
Vayne,
kind of cracked.
you
like,
usually
I
go
kn-
20-0. Like, you would win 20-0 this game if you're on Vayne.
I think that Vayne would have been a better pick game 1 because I had 3 tanks, and I hated myself building Kraken on Caitlyn. But game 2, I think Caitlyn was a way better pick because they're Ezreal Lulu is really weak, and it's very weak in the Caitlyn, and I don't know what their bot lane drafting strategy was in both games. And
it's
but
clear to me
the Vayne ban was very important, very crucial to their game.
It was clear to me that you and Brian were on the exact same page when it came to these bot lanes. Talk us through, what was the decision-making process looking like when the Taric was suggested game 1?
So basically, Brian saw that they picked Hecarim, and we automatically assumed that they're going to try some kind of dive comp, which Taric is very good into dive comps, both because of his ult, and he gets free stuns if people run into him. And then we were like, all right, we're going to pick Taric, and then they picked Leona, and then we're like, okay, we're definitely picking Taric. And then we locked in Taric. So their team comp just kind of lined up for a good Taric pick there, because it kind of neutralized lane and helped us in the mid-late game team fights.
Yeah, I mean, the Taric pick was a nasty pick. I mean, you guys got the Caitlyn both games. You got the Nautilus the game 2. Like, this is a very dominant bot lane showing. What was your thought going into this game? Were you nervous at all? Were you
No.
scared you might miss CS?
Yeah, I was
I
really
saw you
scared I was
missing-
missing
I
CS.
saw you missing CS.
Oh, okay.
Definitely wasn't Chovying. But
Definitely caught that on stream, you missing yes. It happened a lot, by the way.
Okay, I believe it, but no, there wasn't any like nervousness really, because I mean we went into the game knowing that they're gonna play through mid lane. They have one person who's higher ranked than everyone else. They're obviously gonna play through mid lane, so we 5-ban them every game, and we put our mid on something that can shut him down, and just play to like scale, like a Malzahar, Morgana, stuff like that. We just shut him down. The mid lane couldn't do anything, and we just got leads elsewhere. So I mean, we had a really clear strategy going in, so it wasn't really much of a concern. I don't think anyone was really very nervous.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a positive. You guys played really well. Congrats on the win.
Thanks.
We got
Are
any
we
more
gonna see
questions?
I was gonna say, are we gonna see that same performance in week 2? What can
No.
we expect out of you guys?
We are going to get absolutely clapped week 2. If you win game 1 in a Swiss bracket, as I think we are, last time I checked, we are the highest or the lowest seed to win game 1, meaning we're probably going to be against seed 1, and we are going to get absolutely clapped. That is what's going to happen week 2. We're going to play against York Lions, who probably are a full challenger team, and get we'll give it our best shot. We'll say that. But
That's the
no
case, I'm looking
promises.
forward-
No
If
promises.
that's the case, I'm looking forward to that even more. I'm gonna grab the popcorn. I'm gonna grab,
it's not gonna look like this game. I can promise that.
I'm getting my bucket of ice cream, But
Yeah.
I mean, you guys had a great performance. Hopefully that does keep itself up in week 2. Yeah, honestly, really well played, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming out here.
Yeah.
Be safe, Jaden.
I'll try.
All right, get out of here.
Yeah, please
leave.
leave. All right, I think
Alright.
that will pretty much wrap it up for today's stream, unless anyone else has anything else to add.
No, I mean,
Yeah. All right, well, perfect. We appreciate you all coming out to support the WPI Esports team, League of Legends. We're hoping to see you guys again next week, and go Goats. I think we're the Goats. Yeah, let's go. Quick dubski.
Yeah, look goated. All right.
yeah, you guys are weird.